with having the audio muted. We'll turn it on after we're done with the presentation. Open the line for any questions or comments. You feel free to chat them in right now. You can use the chat bar to ask any questions as we move along. We're going to start with a little slideshow. I don't think I've got anything more than 10 slides here. Pretty easy, nothing to fall asleep on this afternoon. And then we'll actually share our devices. We'll show you what the application looks like, how it works, kind of workflow, and so forth. So we'll go ahead and get started here. Thanks for attending. This is all about doing the work where you are, where the work gets done to complete the work. So why Freeance Mobile? Well, why Freeance Mobile for PLL? First of all, there wasn't a true mobile option with Cityworks PLL. You can only take out the web browser PLL application out in the field, usually on a laptop or a tablet, a big tablet. And we got a lot of comments, even from Cityworks, that they really needed a native true mobile app. So that's what we created. We're experts with that, so we created an app for iOS, iPads, iPhones, and Android devices that runs PLL. We'll show you that here in a few moments. It takes the power of PLL and just makes it easy to use out in the field on mobile devices. Once again, iOS and Android devices, phones or tablets. It was designed with inspectors and Cityworks product specialists, namely Matt Harmon out of Sandy, Utah. And we also interviewed and watched workflow from end users, Fayetteville, North Carolina, Rexburg, Idaho, so forth. So we had some input from actual users on what they wanted to see. So what came out of that was a mobile PLL application that really streamlines permitting, very quick, just the functions you need to complete the inspections. And obviously it eliminates paperwork out in the field. We don't have to do hard copy forms, inspections out in the field and bring that paperwork back at the end of the day. A lot of times people don't even want to return to the office, so that eliminates that. This is real time. It's live data, so that as you complete inspections, they're done on the server. Even emails go out immediately to notify people. And just better communications with contractors, customers, and back in the office. When things get done, when things don't get passed, comments, photos, all that communication during the day gets passed live back to the appropriate people. Let's see, we've got a couple more people joining us here. We're also recording this so that we can replay it at your leisure. But so the key features that are just what people requested, just what these end users that I mentioned and Cityworks recommended, just inbox, tasks, attachments, emails, very quick, just the stuff that's needed out in the field. It's not thick. Doesn't take days and days to learn. And it works directly with Cityworks PLL server. As I mentioned, you've got to have a live data connection. This is not disconnected in any way. The power of this is being able to get information to and from the field users immediately. So that's where that live data connection is needed. And it works directly with the PLL Cityworks server. So as soon as an inspection or a task happens, you see it out in the field. And it uses all the Cityworks server existing setup and configurations. We know you spend a lot of time to set up PLL and Cityworks server in general. So Freeance Mobile for Cityworks PLL takes all that existing permissions, end user setup, save searches, inboxes, everything you set up flows right through to Freeance Mobile. So there's not a rebuilding of everything. Very easy install, actually. And what do you need to have for Freeance Mobile for Cityworks PLL, you've got to have an iOS or Android device, a smartphone and tablet. You've got to have that live data connection, whether through a MiFi or Wi-Fi or cell data connection. And then, importantly, you got to have the Cityworks Server PLL 2014. That's the first release that brought out the PLL APIs. I'm going to put up a little note. I can see some people have joined in, but they haven't brought in the audio yet. I'm going to quickly ask them to call the audio. I can see we have some people hit the audio. All right. So there we go. So just so people can listen to along with watching the slides. So where are we now? Where is TDC Group, makers of Freeance Mobile for Cityworks? Well, right now, what we're beta releasing, we're actually pushing out just tomorrow to our beta test sites. Those are actual users, municipalities using PLL right now. They're going to load our software up. They're going to take it out in the field. They're going to use it. And they're going to come back with us as here's what needs to stay the same, here's what needs to be changed, and here's what needs to be added. And we'll be pretty quick with those releases. And want to have a shoot for a market release in the end of July this year. So we've done a lot of work to begin with all this year. So hopefully the beta release will just be some cleaning up, tying up, and so forth. So we're anxious to get feedback on that. So let's go ahead and jump into the demo and show you how this works. So I'm going to share my screen. And actually, I'm going to share now my iPad. I got a live iPad sitting here on my desktop that you can now see. And as I run through this, this is an iPad, obviously. Works the same on Androids. Looks and works the same on an iPhone or a smartphone Android device. So this is a native app. I'm going to quickly show, if you didn't have this Freeance Mobile for Cityworks PLL, typically we're taking this out in the field. We're taking out a browser, the full, robust, yet somewhat thick application, and come in here and grab some PLL stuff, open up the Save Search, and we'll kind of show you the same thing. I just want to quickly run through this. So I'll bring up this same one. I'll hit this 15 here. You can't see my fingers. That's the only problem with this one, but here's this application, and we'll go ahead and hit this little button for the inspection items. Got to hit it twice. Opens up a different. So this is really kind of meant for a desktop and a mouse. It's a little thick. It's a little hard to train on and so forth. It's not the smoothest application. As opposed to a native application. That's what we specialize in. There's a reason why all these eBay and Facebook and Google Maps are native applications. They're fast, they're robust, and they just work. So here's our application, Cityworks, Freeance Mobile for Cityworks. we'll open it up. And the first thing we do is just your standard login. I mean, this is the same login I use when I'm logging in back at the office, because this, once again, brings in all my permissions, all my settings, all my saved searches. Now, before I jump into PLL, people that may not be familiar with Freeance Mobile for Cityworks, for years we've had this app and we've developed it, and you know, we've got our stuff in here that we can open up, you know, work orders, service requests, inspections, labor, equipment, materials, edit, add, complete. We've got the ArcGIS map. So we've got, always have a robust application for Cityworks AMS, work orders, inspections, and service requests, including a live ArcGIS map with my features on and so forth. But now, let's go into PLL. Now I've got a PLL option, so I'm going to back out here. And we're going to open up our inbox. I mean, this is the same inbox you have in your desktop. It's the same searches. I can even modify this. Maybe I don't want to see everything. I can go over here and hit the plus sign on the top right and turn on what saved searches I want to show up for my inbox. That easy. But let's go into these inspections. So I'll go ahead and hit building inspections. And here's just my work orders. And this is just your saved search. I mean, you build your saved searches, we bring them up. Whether you want to see stuff that's in an area of town or that I've got to do today or that's overdue or high priority, whatever your saved searches are, they come up. So these are just searched inspections by date. I'm looking for one that I know is not closed. 26. So I'll open up 26. Should look familiar if we're familiar with Cityworks. We've got a case, and we've got case details. So up on the top right, I can hit that case information and see that. Maybe I can add attachments. I can add photos here if I want to. I'll go back. I can update this also. I can come in here and say, you know, probably the biggest one is what's our result? Pass, fail. But maybe assign it to someone. Let's grab somebody off the list. Schedule a date. Give me an actual start date. Save all this. Goes right back to the server. But you know, the real stuff I want to get to here is this item checklist. I want to come in here and start doing my inspection. So I just come in here and I'm just quickly going through this, setting it up, maybe going in, looking at some information here on this length of grass, maybe modifying that. Once again, I'll hit up here and modify it. So you can see it's a very easy application to use, very quick. And just the stuff I want to use out in the field. So there's my checklist item. I can add. I can even come in here on the top right and say, hey, I've got one more. I'm going to, on the fly, add a checklist item. So really easy application to use. You know, I've even got my comments over here. Maybe I want to, you know, a lot of times the inspections have a lot of comments. I can add, you know, my preset comments right out of Cityworks. Come from the server, just add those. Or I can type stuff in. Once again, going right to the server so people back in the office see this stuff. Jump back, go to the next one. Get this top one. So very quick, very easy application to use, very simple. Just, as we said, we interviewed end users, just kind of the stuff they wanted to see out in the field. Even small enough to fit on a smartphone. This is a really quick, easy application to use and yet very powerful for completing inspections. So that's the demo. Very quick, easy to learn application. And we'll go ahead and open up the phones and see if anybody has any questions. I'll go ahead and unmute people here. And if anybody has any questions, go ahead and chime now.
Hey, Chuck, do you support event layers and the ability to open up a case right from clicking on an event on the map?
Yeah, we will. In this beta, I like the map. I'm a GIS person, but a lot of people said we just don't need a map. But we will have, and I'm sure that's going to come out in the first round. We've always had that we can come in here and see events, work orders, and so forth. Let me zoom to my GPS location. I got one way out in West Coast somewhere. Yeah, and we're going to have this too for inspections. So I've got my work order there on the screen, and I'm just going to hit it with my finger, and I'm going to bring up that work order. Well, I'm going to bring up that inspection. So yeah, we're going to have that event map where you'll be able to bring that information up and click it. So maybe I just want to drive down the street or look where stuff is visually on the map. Did that answer that question?
Yeah, thanks, Chuck.
And is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, basically the ability to organize your work by looking at what inspections you have due for that day. So maybe look at your daily work on the map and route accordingly.
Yeah, we do want to put that in. That shouldn't be too tough. I mean, we do it already for AMS side.
And will that be configurable as to the user can select what event layers? No, we don't have that right now. You know, if you click on a work order, it's going to open that work order. If you click on a service request, it'll open that up. The only thing we do by selection is if that layer is displayed or not. If the layer is not displayed, you can't select it. But we don't have, I only want to select this layer. Okay, but they can control what event layers they're going to see by. So do you treat the event layer just like your standard GIS layer in your app?
Yeah, if it's visible, I can select it.
Okay.
And I can turn those layers off and on.
Great.
Okay. I haven't got my chat bar up. I'm not sure if anybody's chatted any questions in. Oh, okay. Someone did, so we do have some chat questions. We are currently required to clean a specific length of sewer line during a 3-year period. Currently, our foreman records this data after the fact from a paper report that field crews out to each day. Is this something field crews could use to record this data directly in Cityworks database in real time?
Yeah, I'm not sure who asked that. Marcia did, I think from Toledo. Marcia, are they filling that information in through PLL, or I'm not sure if your phone's on, or are they doing work orders, or?
They are doing work orders after the fact.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what, the majority of our clients are doing right now is filling out work orders after they do them or right when they do them on this device. I mean, as I said, we bring up this work order, and this is a hydrant replacement, but I want to come in and this is a little off the PLL track, but, I'm going to come in here and
I'll be able to create a work order off the case.
Okay. So, yeah, absolutely. Fill in the custom template fields, the cost, so forth. I want to add what crews. I want to add labor. So we've always had this. And you can do everything you can do back in the office I can do on this mobile device.
Okay.
So we've always had that ability, and I'll tie this back into, now we do that for inspections. We do that for PLL. So I can bring up in my device, I can bring up work orders, inspections, or PLL. So I've got the full Cityworks bucket covered.
Thank you. I think you've answered the question.
Hey, thanks for attending. And we'll hang in here a couple more minutes if anybody has any other questions. Once again, we've recorded this, and we'll send it out, the recording, and by tomorrow to everybody that's attended if you want to pass it up or review it or look at it. All right, well, if there's nothing else, we appreciate everybody attending. Thank you so much, and have a good afternoon.
Thanks, Chuck.
Thank you.